Let's shine some light in this really dim time on the people that have helped us sustain and get through.
Well said.
Like, I'm grateful for you, sissy.
I'm grateful for you. Thanks. I would kiss you, but I don't want to.
Don't mess up my makeup. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
I don't know. I'm happy. Yeehaw when I'm happy. Even though that just happened right now. I don't think I've
That's
ever.
the first time I've ever heard you.
And I don't think I've ever yeehawed before. I'm really grateful. That's why I'm really grateful. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future episodes.
Khadijah and I have a very special relationship. Our dynamic is a blessing in itself. Doesn't everybody want to be a twin? She's also my best friend and someone I am incredibly grateful for. So with that being the essence of this show, we wanted to dedicate this episode specifically to being grateful for the relationships and the people in your life. I am always really grateful for my friends. I do take pride in the fact that I have people in my life that have been in my life for a very long time. And when things got difficult and I couldn't be as present in people's lives, I've watched other friends truly step up. And yeah, I can order food, but it's such a big deal to have a friend order food for you or drop food off. One of my friends had left a bottle of champagne hanging on my gate. It was a beautiful surprise. I just think that there are ways that you can make somebody else's day in a time like this. It does show just how strong, you know, your relationship is or how much people care about others. And I find myself thinking a lot of the time that if you are so bummed out about thinking about yourself, maybe it's not about doing something for you. I've learned from my friends in this time that maybe it's about doing something for someone else and making somebody else's day. Yeah, I've been so limited, you know, having ACE and being too dangerous for me to leave the house or go to the grocery store as much as I miss Target. But I know that if I stay in my place and in the house with my baby and making sure that he's okay, I've got the best group of friends that support me, and thank you. I'm so thankful for my friends, and you know exactly who you are.
One of the greatest things about this time too is that you also get to see not new people show themselves in your lives, but you get to see them in a different way. I don't have a Costco membership, but one of our best friends' parents will go to Costco and kind of make rounds and drop off paper towel and toilet paper. It's just the little really things you would never expect them to do that. And then when you try to give them cash, like, no, I dropped it outside. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I've developed this new appreciation for juicing. Okay. So I would like to drink my calories a little bit more than eating them because I, in fact, did gain weight. I was in the produce section of my local grocery store and I had an outburst. It was a bad word and didn't really think I said it that loud, but obviously I did. A gentleman unpacking the produce was like, is everything okay? And I was like, oh, sorry, I yelled, but I had realized my wedding ring had split my glove like to smithereens, like the finger was just like off. So I was touching and he was like, oh, wait, freeze. If you just wait 1 second, I have gloves. I can go get you some. So he runs to the back. He comes back with a box. He's like, you should grab them. I took it, he grabbed the paper towel and threw my other ones away from me. I feel like it was such a small gesture, but it was such a huge gesture. He stopped and paid me attention just 5 seconds. And it meant the world to me. I think it protected me. I think it was protection of other people or the next person that might have touched my car. It just, sometimes small things have a rippling effect. And I'm grateful for the people that I don't know that have showed generosity to me and for people that are paying that forward to other people as well. Like, I think it needs to be said that times like this are so much easier on everyone when we happen to just look out for the next person.
And with that being said, I think it is only fair to truly show how grateful and thankful we are for our frontline healthcare providers, our people in shipments, our firemen, our police officers. I'm running a list.
Our grocery store
store clerks. They are the family members that are,
supporting those people,
out doing things for other people that can't do them, the person that's helping the stranger. I think it has taken a huge group of all of us to sustain through such a scary and unpredictable time. Practice gratitude. It's going to help all of us get through this time. And it's not going to be easy. There are going to be times when it's difficult. I cry. I use my showers for that.
I use your couch for that.
We use each other for that. And I think that it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be sad. It's just not okay to stay there. The one thing you also have to be grateful for is yourself. Yeah. So taking good care of yourself and taking good care of others is extremely important in this time. And take it with you when we get out of this.
If we could take one thing away from this, we just need to say, you got one thing. Yeah. And if that was just, you learn to love yourself, spend a little bit more time with yourself, appreciate yourself, you did something different, that's enough. Because that in itself will have a rippling effect in a positive way. I don't think we think our relationship could get any closer or tighter, but then something like this happens that I imagine might have been something along the lines of World War I, where people had to bunker down and be together and be stuck by family. The only house my husband even wants me to go to would be Malika's house. So usually she's my outlet for everything. So now that she is my only outlet that I can run to, I realize just how much I depend on you for my sanity, for my breaks away from my children. And it's been nice because it hasn't been about work or you and I negotiating something together. Yeah. It's been more about well, did you refill the diaper, Candy? Can I help you do that? Do you need to take a break? You need to have it. It's been very therapeutic for me, and then it's given me a chance to pay attention to you in ways that hasn't taken, I haven't had to rush out of here oh, I have to go get the kids from school. Kind of like when we were kids. I just get to be with my sister and I don't know, it's nice. I appreciate that. That is something I am extremely grateful for this time.
Khadijah grounds me and brings me back to myself. I mean, all I wanted to do after I had Ace was get myself together. Get my life. I wanted to fix my skin. I wanted my Botox. I want to go for a run. I want a massage so bad.
I'll give you.
She gave me a massage. I have survived through freaking COVID-19 thanks to Khadijah Shea McCray.
Really? Well, why? Because
why are you so shocked?
I don't know. That's just a big statement in itself. But again, I'm grateful to hear you say that. I don't know if she gets tired of me coming over here. I'd like to think she doesn't.
That's enough.
But that would be hard for me. If I didn't have you to run to, that would have been, I don't know where I'd be. I'd be in a grocery store in danger.
I'd be really sad if you didn't run to me.
Yeah. What else am I really grateful for? I would say Mommy.
Mom's amazing.
We introduced you guys to Mom. She's nothing short of a compact miracle that we're replicas of. She's just, I think it's even, and we haven't had very much contact with her. As a family, we've decided that it's smarter.
Because it's just, we should protect her. She's older. We need her to be well. We need her to be safe. But a lot of families are quarantined together. So we, at times, will encourage my mom to come and see the baby, or we call her or talk to her. We've done a lot of family Zooms, but it would be even worse if this were 10 years ago and there were no camera, there were no iPhone, that's, so I've learned to stay focused on gratitude. Gratitude is the attitude.
And sometimes in the spiritual form, it's what you can't see, but you believe. It's mind over matter. And I really get that from virtually watching church now. That helps a lot. However, we can't be in big settings anymore.
We did used to really sit in glam and listen to music and talk to each other. Mm-hmm. And today we watched an entire church service.
Yep.
It was a really nice change. Normally I watch church on Sundays. We have to pull from the sources that build us up spiritually and allow us to get through days that are troublesome or just days that seem like they're never gonna freaking end. We've learned to rely on some of these great sources like virtual churches, and music has been incredible. Audiobooks is great.
Podcast.
Walking outside has always been free.
It's really changed the dynamic of my household, but not necessarily for the bad. And I feel kind of bad saying that because I know that everyone's situations and households are not the same. I have a really great team and partner in my husband. And when I was really stressed out, which I'm most of the time really stressed out, I'm not used to having my kids home so much. So I feel like he has had to take a whole lot of patience that he possesses that I do not, times that by maybe like 10 to overcompensate for the ways that I have had to pull my reins together so that he could be a backbone for me. I knew I was gonna cry.
It's okay.
We've been together for so long, and I guess sometimes you don't realize that you have everything you need in certain people. I'm really appreciative for the man that he is, and the father he is to our children. Yeah, to you. Thanks.
I got it. I can't see. You're gonna mess this up. Just let me go ahead. Talk. Just got it.
Okay. Thanks. I'm very thankful for him. I'm thankful that although this is not the best of times, it has brought the best of times out of the two of us.
And
don't be surprised if I come out of this pregnant.
And you guys are about to celebrate your 10-year anniversary. Isn't that crazy? Like, all of these changes and all these things are happening. When you guys got married 10 years ago, there's no way that you thought.
No way.
You know, we're going to have 3 kids and
three
dogs and 4 geckos. And, you know, like, why not throw a pandemic in our relationship? We know we can survive that. It can bring the worst out of some relationships, and it's brought the best out of you guys. That's definitely something to be grateful for.
And don't get me wrong, you know, no relationship, no marriage is perfect. I've had my times when I've been extremely frustrated in general, and I've taken that out on him because it's like, you don't understand what this is like being a mom. And it's like, well, for him, being a father is just as hard as times as it is being a mom, because that is his full-time job. But for me, I feel like I take on so many jobs that you don't really know how to put into words what it feels like to just be overwhelmed to the point that your toes are numb. Like, maybe he wanted to water the grass, and I was saying that that's not as good of a chore as the chore after. You know, you start to point blame, and I realized earlier in the game, like, if I keep pointing my finger, this is never gonna work. I have got to start looking at what he is doing versus what he's not doing. That really only meant it's not what I'm doing. And that's not fair. Like, we all have different roles in our relationships, and I'm just thankful for the role he plays in ours. So I'm really grateful for my husband. Let us know in the comments, what relationships are you grateful for?
Or did you reach out to an ex during this quarantine? Tell the truth.
Yeah, to you. Thanks.
I got it. Go ahead. You can talk. I'll fix it. I'm a smart woman.
I'm hot.
It is hot.
Oh. Don't we have 15 minutes? Yeah. Okay, great. Intro, outro.